sorry I spit on you. I just saw this little glob. Are you content now?
I'd like to know where I am. This is such a strange place to be.
It is a very nice place indeed.
But I'm not used to it.
Oh, you'll get used to it in time. One side will get you closer to home. The other side.
One side of what? The other side of what?
Why, the mushroom, of course.
And now which is which? Serpent! I'm not a serpent. Leave me alone.
Serpent, I say again. I've tried every way and nothing seems to suit them.
What are you talking about?
I've tried the roots of the trees, I've tried the banks, I've tried the hedges, but those serpents! There's no pleasing them. I must be on the lookout for serpents night and day. Why, I haven't had a wink of sleep in 3 weeks.
I'm sorry you've been annoyed.
And just as I'd taken the highest tree in the woods, and just as I was thinking I should be free of them at last, they must needs come wriggling down from the sky. Oh, serpent!
But I'm not a serpent, I tell you. I'm a...
Well, what are you? I can see you're trying to invent something.
I'm a little girl.
A likely story indeed. I've seen a good many little girls in my time, but never ones with such a neck like that. No, you're a serpent, and there's no use denying it. I suppose you'll be telling me that you don't like eggs.
I have tasted eggs, certainly, but little girls eat as many eggs as serpents do, you know.
I don't believe it, but if they do, why then you're a kind of serpent, that's all I can say. You're looking for eggs. I know that well enough, and what does it matter to me whether you're a little girl or a serpent?
It matters a good deal to me, but I'm not looking for eggs, I promise. And if I was, I wouldn't want yours. I don't like them raw.
Well, be off then!
And blackout. And go ahead and set up for scene 4. Thank you. And Laura, when she comes in and hands you the invitation, I think that's one of the very few times that you would stand up. All right, and lights up.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen.
Do we get hands up as
We'll time that out later.
Oh. There's no sort of use in knocking, for 2 reasons. First, because we are on the same side. And secondly, because they're making such a noise inside, no one can possibly hear you.
Please, how am I to get in?
There might be some sense in your knocking if we had the door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock and I could let you out, you know.
How am I to get in?
I shall sit here till tomorrow. Or the next day, maybe.
How am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know.
It's really dreadful the way all creatures argue. It's enough to drive one crazy.
I shall sit here, on and off, for days and days.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
There's no use talking to her. She's perfectly idiotic.
Good. Before we move on, one little thing that I think will be fun. You don't have to reach really high to knock.
Uh-huh.
If you just go to knock on the door, and then rather than just talk, just catch her hand. So that there's no use in knocking.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into scene 5.
There's certainly too much pepper in that soup. Please, would you tell me why your cat grins like that?
It's a Cheshire cat. That's why. Ugh. Pig.
I didn't know that Cheshire cats always grinned. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin.
They all can. And most of them do.
I don't know any that do.
Well, you don't know much. And that's a fact.
Oh, please mind what you're doing.
If everybody minded their own business, the world would go round a good deal faster than it does.
Which would not be an advantage. Just think what work it would make with the night and day. You see, the Earth takes 24 hours to spin round on its axis.
Talking of axes, chop off her head.
24 hours, I think. Or is it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I never could abide figures. Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases.
Wow, wow, wow!
I speak severely to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases.
Wow, wow, wow!
Here, you may nurse it if you like. I'm just going to get ready to play with the queen.
If I don't take this child away with me, they're sure to kill it in a day or two. Wouldn't it be murder to leave it behind? Don't grunt. That's not at all a proper way of expressing yourself. Perhaps it was only sobbing. No tears. If you're going to turn into a pig, my dear, I'll have nothing more to do with you. Now behave. What am I to do with this creature when I get it home? If it had grown up, it would have made a dreadfully ugly child. But it makes a rather handsome pig, I think. Cheshire Cat, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to get to.
I don't much care where,
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
so long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that, if only you walk far enough.
What sort of people live about here?
Well, in that way lies the Hatter, and in that way lies the March Hare. Visit either you like. You're sure to go mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. You can hang me in a bottle like a cat. But the crows pick me clean but for my cat. Where the wailing of a baby meets the footsteps of the dead, we're all mad here. As the devil sticks his flag into the mud, Reverend Carroll has run off. Mrs. Carroll has run off with Reverend John. Hell is such a lonely place, and that big smile on your face will never last, and you'll die with the rose still on your lips. And in time, the heart-shaped bone that was your hips. And the worms, they will climb the rugged ladder of your spine. We're all mad here. And my eyes will roll this terrible terrain, and we're all inside a decomposing train. And your eyes will die like fish, and the shore of your face will turn to bone. I'm mad. You're mad. We're all mad here.
How do you know that I'm mad?
Well, for instance, if you weren't, you wouldn't have come here.
And how do you know that you're mad?
A dog's not mad. You grant that?
I suppose so.
Well, you see then. A dog growls when he's angry and wags his tail when he's pleased. Meanwhile, I growl when I'm wag my tail when I'm angry.
I call it purring, not growling.
When you come up with lines, therefore I'm mad.
Yeah, but you can't see that.
Therefore, I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it whatever you like. Are you going to see the Queen today?
I would like it very much, but I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there. By the by, whatever became of the baby? I nearly forgot to ask.
It turned into a pig?
I thought it would.
I've seen hatters before. The March hare will be much more interesting. And since it's December, it won't be raving mad, at least not as mad as it was in March.
Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig, and I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing so suddenly. You make one quite paranoid.
All right.
Well, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? It's the strangest thing I ever saw in my life. Suppose it should be raving mad after all. I almost wish I'd gone and seen the Hatter instead.
And blackout.